Hi, welcome to Pharma Life Educational Channel. This is Kanak Parvati Reddy. Our next topic is properties of lipids. So this is the physical properties of lipids. Fats are insoluble in water, soluble in organic solvents like ether, benzene and chloroform. They have no color, odor or taste, and they have no low melting point, and they float in water because of low specific gravity. So this is about the physical properties. Now we'll go for the chemical properties. So first one is hydrolysis. Before going to see the hydrolysis, we should know what is triglycerides. So triglycerides are the combination of glycerol attached with three different types of fatty acids. These three different types of fatty acids are saturated. It may be saturated, monounsaturated or polyunsaturated. So these are triglycerides with unsaturated or monosaturated or polyunsaturated. So this about the triglycerides. See, coming to the hydrolysis definition, fats can be hydrolysis by acid or alkali enzyme called lipase. So that is called hydrolysis. Now we'll coming for the chemical reaction. These triglycerides with ester linkage. This triglyceride with ester linkage, it's combined with the three molecules of water, you will get glycerol and three molecules of fatty acids. This is about hydrolysis. So, next, saponification. See, what is saponification? What is the definition of saponification? Hydrolysis of fats by alkali, NaOH or KOH like that, alkalis or that is called as saponification. So, coming to the chemical reaction, these triglycerides or react with the alkali of NaOH, the product will get liberate glycerol and sodium palmitate. This sodium palmitate is called as a soap. So, this is about the saponification. And next, hydrogenation. And this hydrogenation, I will explain through the chemical reaction. Here it is unsaturated fatty acid. What is this? Unsaturated fatty acid. This unsaturated fatty acid react with the hydrogen in the presence of catalyst nickel. You will get saturated fatty acid. How this saturated fatty acid is coming means these hydrogen molecules will just break down this double bond. You will get the single bond of saturated fatty acid. That's how it is getting this saturated fatty acid. So this is about hydrogenation. And next, halogenation. So in the halogenation, unsaturated, here it is unsaturated fatty acid. This unsaturated fatty acid will react with the halogens of iodine and bromine. You will get the saturated halogen atoms. So, how it is getting saturated fatty acid of halogen? These halogen break down the double bond and you will get the saturated fatty acid. This is called halogenation. And next, rancidity. What is rancidity? First of all, we should know what is rancidity. Rancidity means it's a chemical change. Chemical change of a fats. So this chemical change of fats results in unpleasant odor and taste. So coming to this reaction, these fats or react or these fats are exposed to the light or air or moisture, you will get unpleasant odor and taste. This is called oxidation process. To prevent this oxidation, you have to take antioxidants. So antioxidants like vitamin E, C, like that. And next, another prevention is there, vacuum packing. See, what is vacuum packing? If we fill nitrogen gas to the chips packet, here chips packet, this nitrogen gas will not react with any food particles. So this can be used as a vacuum packing. So this is about the rancidity. And next, how to identify the adulterated fats. How to identify these adulterated fats? See, To identify the adulterated fats, these following methods are adopted by the food industries. See, first of all, we should know what is adulterated. Simply, we can tell that it's a duplicate one, not a original one. So, our first technique is saponification number. So, this saponification number is vary from one fatty acid to another fatty acid. So, we can see the examples of few oils of saponification numbers. Here, few oils are there. Castor oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil and neem oil. See, what is saponification? I already discussed about it. The ability of fatty acid to produce soap is called saponification. So next, if a fat or oil are adulterated, then the soap of capacity will vary, which can be determined by saponification number. So coming to the definition of saponification number, the number of milligrams of potassium hydroxide required to saponify 1 gram of oil or fat is called saponification number. And next, what is the general principle for identification of saponification number? So by doing of acid-base titration, so how to do the acid-base titration for saponification number? Sample plus, I will give the shortcut, sample plus, sample means fat means acid. So sample is acid and next base, just take base KOH solution and undergo the condensation reaction, you will get the soaps. And next, excess amount of KOH is back titrated by, why? Because it's a back titration, acid base back titration. So this KOH is, excess of KOH is back titrated by or back titrated against HCl, and next phenolphthalein is an indicator, blank titrate is carried out. So coming to the saponification value formula, saponification value is 56.1 into B minus S into N divided by W. What is B? Volume of milliliters of standard hydrochloric acid required for the blank. You should remember this is blank. So S is standard of hydrochloric acid required for the sample. Here it is blank, here it is sample. So N is a normality of standard hydrochloric acid. How much normality you are taking, that you have to put it in the formula. And here weight in grams of oils and fats taken for the test. And this B, S, N, W, the values you should apply in the saponification value number, you will get the saponification value. According to this saponification value, you can tell the oil or fats is adulterated or not. This is about the saponification number. And next, acid value. What is acid value? So to determine the relative measure of rancidity, we are going to perform the acid value. So what is rancidity? Simply we can tell that spoilage. We are going to check the spoilage of fats, oils by using of acid value. So next point is, free fatty acids are normally found during the decomposition of oil glycerides. These free fatty acids are determined in the acid value only. Now coming to the general principle of acid value, this again here acid base titration only. Sample plus and with a hot solution of ethyl alcohol, heated, cooled, next titrated against standard alkali NaOH, and phenolphthalein is an indicator, and carry out the blank titration. So according to this procedure, we can determine the acid value, and here it is acid value formula is there. Acid value is a 56.1 Vn divided by W. What is V? Volume of standard potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide. N is a normality of sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. W is a weight of grams in sample. So these values we have to apply in this acid value. You can determine the acid value. According to the acid value, you can determine the fats or oils or adulteration or not. Next, coming to the iodine value. So iodine value is a measure of amount of unsaturated fats. Unsaturated fats means number of double bonds in the fatty acids. This value will give the number of double bonds in the given oil. So Coming to the definition, the number of grams of iodine is absorbed by the 100 grams of oil or fats when determined by using Vigi's solution. What is meant by Vigi's solution? Iodine monochlorate. Iodine monochlorate. So, iodine monochloride. So, iodine monochloride in glacial acetic acid. See, this is called Vigi's solution. What is Vigi's solution? Iodine monochloride in glacial acetic acid is called Vigi's solution. So what is the principle? What is the principle involved in this? The general principle involved in determination of iodine value is iodometry. So, say, I will give the shortcut sample plus carbon tetrafluoride and next Vigi's solution, and keep it aside for half an hour or 1 hour, then add potassium iodide. From this potassium iodide, from this solution, above solution, you will iodine get liberated. In this, iodine is liberated, is titrated against Na2S2O3. What is meant by Na2S2O3? Sodium thiosulfate. And starch is an indicator. And blank is titrated. Blank is also carried. From this procedure, you can know the iodine value. And next, iodine value formula is there. Iodine value is equal to 12.69 into B minus S into N divided by W. So, what is B? Volume of standard sodium thiosulfate solution required for the blank, and S is a volume of standard sodium thiosulfate solution required for the sample. Here it is blank, here it is sample. You should remember that. So, N is a normality of standard sodium thiosulfate. How much the normality you are taking for the titration, that you have to mention here. So next, weight, W is the weight in grams of sample. From these values you have to apply in the iodine value, you will get the iodine value. According to that iodine value, you have to identify whether the oils and fats are adulteration or not. And next, biological sources. So, coming to the biological significance, what is the main biological source or main biological role for the lipids? Means, in human body, lipids plays a major role, and these lipids has an alternative source of energy, and where there is a lack of glucose in the cells. So, these are the precursor for the steroid hormones. Example, glucocorticoids or sterocorticoids like that. And next, vitamin D is an important substance for the biological reactions. So, lipids are the important constituents of diet. Already you know that. They act as a fuel and yield energy. It provides energy. They supply essential fatty acid which are not synthesized in the body. Which are not synthesized in the body means already explained in the previous video. Linoleic acid, linoleic acid, and orchidoic acid. These are the three essential fatty acid which are not supplied by the body, and which these are supplied by the food is sunflower oil, cottonseed oil, like that. And they act as a carrier of fat soluble vitamins. It acts as a carrier of fat soluble vitamins. So they are important structural compounds of cell membrane. So these are about the biological significance. So, okay, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe and comment.